If you're thinking of making a move to the Phoenix area, or maybe you live here already, you want to make a lateral move to a more faster appreciating growth oriented area, or maybe you're looking to invest in real estate, which is also a good idea. Primarily why? Low property taxes, so more money in your pocket if you're an investor, then this is the video for you. We're gonna dive in deep and I'm gonna show you all the fastest appreciating areas in the entire greater Phoenix metro area on this video. But first, please go ahead and just contact us below if you want to cut to the chase and give us a call because you have a specific area in mind. It may not be on this video, but maybe it's still a very good area for many other reasons. Call us at 480-660-5974. And to not just take my word for it, check out our 5-star reviews. We have over 430 of those from happy, satisfied clients, which hopefully you will be at some point in the future. I'm a real estate agent here with Real Broker in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area, and I've been doing so for 19 years. And I know areas really well. I've seen this city of Phoenix completely transform over the past couple of decades. And this is an exciting video for me to cover for you today because every single year it seems like there's different areas that are getting different types of companies or economic growth or different school systems, whatever it may be, with all the growth that Phoenix is experiencing in general. And so this is fun to cover in 2024, where the fastest appreciating growth areas are on this video. And because a lot of you are probably visual learners like myself, I'm gonna hop on over to my map and show you the visual of these areas we're talking about right now. So I'm gonna cover 8 areas on this map that are the fastest appreciating areas, especially projecting throughout 2024. So if you're looking to make that move, it's gonna be hard to go wrong when it comes to your future home value over the next at least 12 months or so. Who knows what can happen in the future, but honestly, guys, a lot of these projects are so big that they will play a huge role into the future. Some of these 5 years and possibly even 10 years down the line. So even if the market does go down, let's say in your area next year in 2025 or in 2026, chances are if you have a plan, an exit strategy to hold on to that property and live there, most likely for the next 5 years, 10 years or so, then you're gonna be just fine. With all the economic activity, jobs being created, and population growth, again, your whole strategy is gonna matter, but you're most likely gonna be fine if you're planning on holding it at any duration of time significant at all. So the first project is gonna be the VAI Resort and the Mattel themed adventure park. This is in Glendale, guys. This park right here is off the 101 loop by the Cardinal Stadium right in this area. So it's at the tip of the Glendale border, as you can see, but this is a rapidly growing area because of everything that's coming to this area. You already have Westgate, where the Arizona Cardinals play. You have a huge entertainment district there. Top Golf is there, and a variety of other things. And now you have a theme park. Now, Phoenix, guys, lacks a good theme park. There is no Six Flags, as an example, in the Phoenix area. We are the 5th largest city in the country and no major theme park. So this is going to be huge. Now, the roller coasters aren't going to rival Six Flags at Mattel, but there's going to be a couple that are very nice. The VAI Resort is a $1 billion resort that is expected to open by the end of 2024. It's a music-themed hotel that also has an amphitheater and concert venue and indoor theme park. It is beautiful. Overall development is slated to include 4 hotel towers, a party island, a beach-like water feature, and luxury retail and dining, and more. And the impact it's supposed to have to the city of Glendale is going to be projected around $32 million annually every single year for the next 25 years. That, my friends, is a significant impact to that city. So Glendale, you're gonna be more and more on the map and your values should go up. Staying in the West Valley, the next project is gonna be the Goodyear Air Park. Guys, they are trying to make this a central employment hub with a lot more industrial and businesses coming there. And they have an amazing airstrip already located, but that Goodyear Air Park is gonna be somewhere right here in this area on the way down to Australia Mountain Ranch by the Australian Mountains. The Goodyear Air Park is a 7 million square foot industrial park plan for that West Valley area. It will be one of the largest industrial parks built in the valley and include up to 20 buildings. The first phase of the park is about 63 completed already,
and 3 of the 6 first phase buildings are tilted, while foundations have been poured for all 6 buildings and each have water service. The project offers an additional 460 acres outside of phase 1 that could see data centers, manufacturers, and other companies come in to use all of that space that will be available surrounded by an airstrip. As you can see on the chart, Goodyear has already exploded over the past several years in appreciation, but guys, it has a lot of room to grow, and it's one of the more affordable suburbs in all of Phoenix, so it is going to continue to be one of the fastest growing areas in all of Phoenix. So we know this recipe works because the Scottsdale Air Park, as an example, is the second largest employment hub for the entire greater Phoenix area. So now you have the Williamsville Gateway area down in Mesa, and you have now the Goodyear Air Park out in the West Valley, all trying to recreate, at least on a smaller scale, something like what the Scottsdale Air Park has done. And I think they're onto something here. So the next several years are going to be critical to see what the growth of Goodyear looks like with this as their main employment hub. Now, before I go any further, this is not necessarily a city or a suburb, but I want to point this out on the map because this is huge. As you know, the industrial space is huge. Now, with all the Amazon effect and people wanting to warehouse things and being shipped directly to your door and direct to consumer, things of that nature, the warehouse industrial space has exploded across America. Well, Phoenix now has the third most warehouse space, industrial space in the entire country, and it's continuing to grow at a rapid pace. The main corridor where a lot of this is happening is going to be the 303 loop right here. So I wanted to point this out because we're in the West Valley, and although the 24 little state route right here is also up and coming and has a ton of new industrial space on the East Valley, over here in the West Valley, we're talking about Glendale and Goodyear, but right here, this corridor is going to be huge in the near future. Right now, there are major companies with hundreds of thousands to millions of square feet already occupied in industrial warehouse space right here, including Amazon, REI, Dick's Sporting Goods, Puma, and the list goes on. But this 17-mile stretch right here between the I-10 and the 60 that connects the 303 all the way up to the I-17, this area is going to explode and continue to explode for industrial growth. And the main reason why is because as most products are shipped from Asia to the port of Los Angeles, space in Los Angeles is very expensive and very tight. So most companies are finding it convenient to actually bring their product the several hundred miles from LA by freight into the Phoenix area. Why? Because there's space, it's newer, it's cheaper, and ultimately a lot of that product that's coming to the LA area is servicing the southwest area of the United States because that's a lot where the population is growing. And so they are going to service with that product the southwest states of Arizona and Colorado and Utah and New Mexico, West Texas, etc. Anyway, so they might as well just ship it out of the California area to the Phoenix area. That's how they're looking at it. And so it's exploding this area of Phoenix for industrial warehousing space. Now, moving up that 303 corridor all the way to the I-17, we are now going to our third fastest appreciating area, and that's going to be North Phoenix, guys. The TSMC, this is anchoring this area and the explosion of wealth and jobs and economic activity. And that's located right here in this area off the I-17. We've talked a lot about Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company here on this channel and in videos, but it has to be talked about because this is one of the largest investments in the Southwest United States in the history of the country, with TSMC building this huge plant in North Phoenix. This is a $65 billion investment building this factory with 3 fabs making semiconductors, and it's going to have a huge economic impact, already has, in Phoenix, in North Phoenix, for many years to come, decades to come. This will create well over 6,000 high-paying tech jobs right there in the North Phoenix area, and there is room to grow. As you can see in the map right here by this pink dot, there's still plenty of room up this area, this I-17 corridor, to build houses and other commercial activity. And then not to mention all the suppliers that are coming into the fray right here along this 303 right here, because they want to support all the activity that TSMC will be demanding. So this is going to make the price per square foot continue to grow and appreciation continue to be a very good number, a healthy number into the future, especially the long-term play here is going to be great. We're looking to buy a house in the North Phoenix area. So this makes North Phoenix a force to be reckoned with for the next several decades in the Phoenix area. Number 4 is going to be coming down this I-17 and over into the central Phoenix area. You have this border that's going to be right here off of Cactus Road, right in this area between Scottsdale and Phoenix. And this is the Paradise Valley Mall redevelopment area. This is going to be awesome, guys. I chose this area because it's already a good centralized area, but in the zip code of 85032, which is a Phoenix zip code right here, it doesn't have the best reputation. I think slowly that's going to change. Why? Because location is just too good for it not to be a healthy, well-respected zip code where people love to work, live, and play. And right now, parts of that zip code, they don't fit that bill. But in this area, it's already very nice. And just right to the north and east, it's beautiful as you head into Scottsdale. But this area is going to continue to make the area to the west of it even nicer, in my opinion. And it's right now very affordable. So this is going to be a fast appreciating area in the future. As you can see by the graph, it's already exploded. It already is a healthy number when it comes to price per square foot. This is only going to help to increase that in the long term. There's going to be a Lifetime Fitness Club and a new to market apartment tower called Lifetime Living, which is going to have 400 units, along with a Whole Foods Market, a Harkins movie theater, restaurants that are going to be anchoring around the outside of it. And this is going to be special, guys. Lifetime is joining this market with 300 luxury rental units and a 92,000 square foot facility. This is going to be a special centralized place to live.
Thank you for sticking with me on this video so far. Hopefully you're getting a lot of value. These videos take hours and hours to research and put together. So if you're getting any value out of this at all, if you don't mind just hitting that like button or smashing that subscribe button and getting us out to more and more people, I'd really be appreciative of that. Now back to the map.
Just from this area a little bit further to North Scottsdale. Now, you knew Scottsdale was going to be on the list because there are so many developers from across the country that want a piece of Scottsdale, and they are doing big things here. Let's start off by looking at the area, the corporate area off of Scottsdale Road, north of the 101, right in here. There's land to be developed, and they are already doing so. This is the 120-acre One Scottsdale mixed-use development site that is going to have a multiple of amazing things to come. You're going to have about 1,700 upscaled units consisting of luxury apartments, condominiums, and medical offices. The developer is courting a lifestyle focused on high-end service hotels and restaurants of similar caliber. And just to the south of the 101, right in this area, you have ASM America, which is a Dutch semiconductor equipment supplier. So there's a semiconductor thing again. There's a big supplier right here that owns land that is going to be building to help supply not just Intel, but also TSMC as it comes around. They plan to invest $300 million in new headquarters and a research and development facility that will create also 500 new jobs. And in that same area, you have Axon Enterprises, who also owns land right there. Axon is a Scottsdale-based law enforcement technology company that is going to be building a brand new corporate headquarters right there, along with 2,000 multifamily residential units, a 100-unit hotel, and retail in 6 5-story buildings in a separate phase on 74 acres right in this area, guys. This is exploding right here. And while I'm talking about Scottsdale, I cannot leave out the park. Parque. The park is right here off Scottsdale Road in the same area, and it's going to be a redevelopment of an old driving range into a $1 billion project. It's going to be a mixed-use development that will include multifamily, retail, restaurants, a 5-star hotel, and Class A office space. This is going to be special with a Central Park theme within the middle of it, a park area with a bunch of shrubbery and trees for people to walk around if they want to take a break at work or whatever it may be. And I can't stop talking about Scottsdale until I also mention this area right here. This is called the Sydney. It's a development that's going to have a Hard Rock Hotel reverb style that's going to be right there because the developer believes the central Scottsdale area right here is underserved when it comes to entertainment options. Interesting. They can go just a few miles south to Old Town and have everything they could possibly want when it comes to that. But he wants that 30, 40-year-old person, young professional, young still, of course, right? Who wants something to do, to not have to go very far to be able to find it. And part of this is also going to be a Pickle and Social, the Rustic and Good Surf, each offering a blend of food and beverage and entertainment nightlife. Heading down the 101 to our next project, Tempe, right here on the Riverwalk. In this area, guys, this area is going to be beautiful. There is a salt river there, it's called, and it is not terribly large. But as you can see, a lot of development is happening right along this lake. You have the biggest project that's going to be amazing called Tempe's South Pier. This is a waterfront mixed-use project that will include over 700 residential units and over 26,000 square feet of retail space. Not to mention over 600,000 square feet of office space to go with it. You're also going to have a multi-acre entertainment district that will include restaurants, nightlife experiences, concert venues, fountain shows, and a large Ferris wheel, which is my favorite part of this entire project. So intent B, as you can see, the market has appreciated. It's going to be even more so in the future because of its amazing central location, and people will pay for that convenience. Moving down the map here, down the 101, all the way past the 202 into the Ocotillo area, you have the headquarters of Intel down here. And why is this important? Well, we know the corporate headquarters of Intel is huge, but they're investing another $20 billion into 2 more fabs to make even more semiconductors for the entire world, let alone the US. And this is nothing to sneeze about, guys. This area is already built out. It's already amazing, super family oriented, a lot of money down there. And this project is going to create an additional 3,000 jobs for Intel, bringing the total amount of jobs that Intel has in the state of Arizona to over 13,000 jobs that it currently supports. And that is incredible, one of the largest employers in the entire state. And for that, as well as many other reasons, Chandler is going to continue to explode long term. When you're owning the house down there, it's going to be hard to kind of go wrong. Now moving over from Chandler to its sister suburb called Gilbert. Gilbert, you know, would be in here because Gilbert is awesome. Gilbert is growing. Gilbert is on the map nationally as one of the best suburbs in all of America, as well as Chandler. And there are several projects that are going to continue to keep Gilbert on that map even more. One of them is called The Ranches. That's going to be right here, north of the 202 off of Power Road, right in this area. There are more than 300 acres on this project, offering more than 3.5 million square feet across 16 buildings in this area, which the town of Gilbert really could use when it comes to some of this industrial space. But in addition to this, they're going to have multifamily condos there, more walkable amenities, along with restaurants and retail as well. This is a brand new project that's going to create a lot of value right there in Gilbert. And as you can see with the price per square foot of Gilbert, it's already very healthy. And guys, it's going to continue to stabilize. Now, it is more affordable than other places like, say, Scottsdale or Paradise Valley or Fountain Hills, but it's going to continue to go up over time as more and more families with money working some of these high-paying jobs that are being created are going to continue to settle in that city of Gilbert. And I have to mention in Gilbert too, you also have Cannon Beach, which is going to be huge. A surf park that's going to be located right here in Gilbert as well. So Gilbert has all kinds of things going on, and there's more to it than just these 2 things. But supporting all this population that's going to continue to pour into Gilbert is going to be the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. So even though it's technically not in Gilbert, it is Mesa, this area right here, this is going to explode. Again, they're trying to build this out like the Scottsdale Air Park, like the Goodyear Air Park is going to do. They want to make this a hub of employment and economic activity. They already have new infrastructure like the State Route 24 right here that came off the 202. And you have all kinds of industrial popping up along this corridor, as well as more residential housing. You have the amazing award-winning master plan of Eastmark community right out here. And you have several other communities that are going in around this area. And then you have a joint venture between 2 large builders that are going to start building homes all in this area right here on the east side of Mesa in Gilbert. So this is going to be an area that's going to continue to explode with residential housing and houses in the future. It'll take some time to build out, but obviously that's going to continue to bring up the value of homes in this area and will continue to be one of the fastest appreciating areas in all of Phoenix.
As you can see, a lot of the areas that are appreciating the most when it comes to real estate prices on the residential side typically come because of all the commercial activity and economic activity that a specific area of town is experiencing. And the good news is there's a lot of variety here. So if you want to be on a certain area of town, East Valley, West Valley, North Phoenix, whatever it may be, there is growth opportunity all over the place for Phoenix. And that's what makes this city such an exciting place to be located for the next 5, 10, 20 years in the future here. So if we can help you out with anything specific, we are passionate and would love to help out. Go ahead and give me a call, 480-660-5974, or check us out on our Instagram page at Kelly Cook Homes, because we're putting out daily content just like this that won't be on our YouTube channel right here for your personal education and enjoyment. And please don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos on our playlist about the Phoenix area right here. Oh, and call me. Don't forget, call me.